All right. Well, good morning. Another episode of Yes Way Jose. I'm excited to do these things. I said, do I get a severance package after I quit doing the episodes, where if somebody else takes over and then they're not Jose, but I still get royalties?
No.
Well, I don't like that.
In order to pay you a severance package, I would have to make money off of this. So,
we're still doing
the
this.
bank account is setting at zero. It might be negative.
So good morning, everybody. So just so you know, this is a nonprofit, no making money.
It's definitely nonprofit
venture of communicating with the community about all the good things we got going on. So good morning for everybody. We got a fun guest for you today. I thought I was a kid. My guest is probably a bigger kid than me, so we're excited to tell you that. But we always want to start with our email address, and that is
yeswayjosemail@gmail.com.
Oh, look at that. He's got that covered like nobody's business. And so we were strapped for money, so we had to make some labor cuts.
Is that why Eli's not here?
Yeah, we have terminated. We
fired him again.
Did we send him a letter? Or do we just call him? Or do you just want to talk to him? Just text him until he's fired. So we're going to miss
breaking
Eli.
up with somebody over text.
That's not good to do that. In relationships like that, if you had a relationship with somebody, shouldn't you look him in the face and say, I'm sorry, I don't want to see you anymore. I want to go with the next hot chick over here?
You should.
Okay.
But
should you say that part too?
That doesn't keep me from texting him instead.
So Eli, we're going to miss you. But just keep watching the episodes. You'll like what we do here.
He sees them on double speed when he edits them.
He's still the editor. So his brother is the editor.
Yeah,
so
I always say that's his punishment for not being here is he has to edit them.
Yeah. So good morning again. It's always good stuff, but this one's a lot of fun. We have a development. We're working on our beautiful skate park next door here to City Hall, and we've got a guy that has nothing but love for skateboarding, being a kid, and really getting these kids excited about it. So I'm going to introduce you to Allan Blair. Good morning, Allan.
Good morning, guys.
So I want to start before we really get too much into all the fun things we're going to talk about. Just tell people a little bit about yourself, what you do, what you've been doing, and where you want to go. I mean, because I think what you're doing with the skateboarding is fantastic. So who are you?
So I'm Allan, born and raised here in Shepherdsville. Been here my whole life. I really think I started skateboarding when I was 10 or 11. So I think 2001 is when I started.
Oh, wow.
And so, I really think God put it in my life because I have an addictive personality. And, I picked that up and got addicted to it. I played a little bit of football. 2 years, I rode the bench. I wasn't good. I was raised by a single mom.
I got you.
But I quit team sports, took up skateboarding, and, it took on an identity of its own, and I did it my whole life. And,
It's a good thing to get addicted to.
Yeah, he's actually, we're going to show a few of the pictures. He's got some pictures down here.
Well, they're just to help me bring up some stories as well. But it's just like, as we skated in those years, we didn't have anything here in Shepherdsville. And we literally pulled garbage out of the dumpster in our trailer parks and we would skate on it. I can remember skating refrigerators. I can remember skating over
skating
couches.
on a refrigerator, yeah.
You probably wouldn't have to wax that very much. Slides pretty good.
But we did that and then going over to the First Street, gazebo and skating those and the police officers kicking us out every single day.
They probably got his picture in the police department. I just don't know.
Oh, man, they might.
He's showing the mayor. He's like, here's where I was vandalizing your stuff.
Way back when. I wasn't mayor then. I'm going to let that slide.
That's true.
But we were just skating any and everything that we could every single day. The heat didn't bother us. The winter didn't bother us. As long as the ground was dry, we were skating.
Yeah, and you don't want to get those bearings messed up.
Oh, yeah. And then even going back to, I think it was either 03 or 04, a group of us as teenagers came up to the old City Hall and we were trying to petition a skate park. And then they did a newspaper article, which I got in the newspaper back then.
Yeah, I remember that. I've seen
and
that
they were
article.
like, Bullitt County needs skateboarding. And it got a lot of backlash from the community and never took off. But
I want to make sure that people understand, we always talk about the aquatic center. Let me get that first.
First
one.
There you go.
Ding, ding. Ring a bell.
I need a sound effect for it.
Yeah, every time we do that. Yeah. That'd be cool.
I do have sound effects. I don't know which buttons do what, so I'm not going to hit them right now.
Just pick one.
Don't do it right now. So we want people to understand that we want kids to be kids. We really do. There's so many things in our society today. There's so many things I think are really wrong for kids to be thinking about. So up until you're about 12 years old, 13 years old, just be a kid. Scrape your elbows, skin your knees. I don't care. Just be out there doing things. And then you're right, Allan. It's not always about the basketball, football, and baseball. It is about other things that kids want to do. And the company that's actually building the skate park is American Ramp. They're the people that have actually put everything together. We have a great guy that's actually doing it, a guy named Jason. And Jason was telling me a couple things. He said, people really forget. For some kids, it's therapeutic. It's just for them to release and get out there and get focused on other things because, again, not everybody plays the major sports that we know. We just want you to enjoy being a kid, right? So because of what you did in the creative side of it to do the kind of things you did to have that going on, Well, we don't have to do that anymore. The city's in a great position. We know about the aquatic center. Ding again.
There you go.
And then we talked about the all-inclusive playground, all the things that are going to the park, the amphitheater, the town square. But this skate park is going to be something that's going to be seen from 65. So when you drive through Shepherdsville, you're going to go, oh, what a quaint community. There are kids out playing. We can see it. It gives you an impression of what kind of town we truly are. So the reason why I told Allan he had to be on the show, I forced him, by the way.
Forced him.
Yeah, because I'm mayor. But I did it because of watching him. We have a clinic that he's been putting on with a couple of the guys.
I've seen a lot of the videos and stuff.
Yeah, Holden Turner and Willie and Chris and Robert did good. Robert here. Robert's funny. You watch the guy. He's talking about being a kid and still trying to work on his moves. Yeah, I seen that guy fall. Ooh, some of those things just seem like they hurt me.
Oh, I bet.
But he does. He gets right back up on it, does again. But that's what kids do. And, you get back on that board and you get to, and when you think about it, what Allan and them have done with this program is kids are enthusiastic. And one of the things that we never forget, Allan, is that some kids can't afford skateboards. And what we're going to do is we're going to find programs and sponsors that these kids actually have their own skateboard. And you're working on some things, and we're going to refurbish some of the ones that are out there that people have, and try to do those things for the kids. So, for me, when I watch Allan, he's not just about teaching the kids; he's just having a great time. I've seen the videos. On Facebook, I got a 4:48 a.m. video from Allan about them pouring the concrete for the ramps.
4:48 in the morning.
I'm thinking, this guy must not sleep. He must not sleep. So I know his enthusiasm is there. So tell me about what you think that the skateboarding thing means to kids and the things that you want to talk about, because I think what you're doing right now is awesome, man. Awesome.
I mean, really, for me, even though I was on the street skateboarding, it kept me off the streets in a way, if that makes sense.
Kept you out of trouble.
It really did. Like all of, and listen, I got friends that I grew up with that I was really close to. Addiction's really, it's really apparent here in our community. And I got friends that unfortunately, are no longer with us that I was close to. I got friends that have been in and out of jail, all kinds of things. And like somehow, again, I truly thank God for it, but skateboarding took a hold on my life. And I literally didn't care about any of that. I smoked a little bit when I was like 10 or 11. I was a kid, and smoking was in my family.
It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I was so cool.
We all try to be cool. We all did.
My kids make fun of me because I tell them that. But I started skateboarding, and I took it so seriously. I quit because I was like, I'm gonna go pro one day. I need my lungs. Like that was my mindset as a kid.
Yeah.
So to finally have a skate park, 20 plus years later, I mean, I really hope that it does for kids what it did for me.
Right.
And I talked to Jason yesterday, and we were talking about the mental aspect. Like mental health's a real thing. Like it's always been real, but it's now getting more attention and more of a spotlight. And those kids that don't fit into team sports, maybe they're not good at football, basketball, whatever. It's like, okay, cool. Skateboarding is its own thing. Everyone has their own style. They have their own energy. Yeah. You could skate rails, you could skate transition, you can skate flat ground, you can do whatever. I mean, you go back to the 80s and 90s, Rodney Mullen doing handstands and doing weird, like,
I can't imagine.
Everyone has
transition or ramps.
I would just be. I'm kind of getting that. I'm learning the skateboard lingo. But you say that, and one of the things I think is really cool about it is when talking to Jason. So Jason told me some really cool things. He's told me, first of all, that he's 50 years old. He's been 30 years he did wood ramps when he first started doing the ramps. He's been to China.
Wow!
To do these skate parks, and he's been everywhere. He's been all over the world. So what I've learned from you, Allan, about the way you are, as far as your personality and just enjoying it yourself, it's contagious. Kids want to do things that just are fun. They just want to get out. The Gaga Ball was kind of a craze, and I think people still like that. But the skateboarding is a very unique thing, and I think when kids feel like they have something they can do, they make new friendships. There are people that they connect with. And listen, I'm going to say this out loud. I'm just not giving a kid a pill to get him to feel better. Get him a skateboard.
Yeah.
Get him something to get outside and get out there. We're going to do the walking trails through the park. We're going to continue to keep looking at why we can have people utilize the skate park. Yeah. We talked about scooters. We talked about blades. We're going to do that. And then we're going to try to work with the bikes. The bikes are not part of this. And I think it's important to tell people that. But if you can make it work, we got a couple of hours a week. You bring your bikes, you want to do that, I'm going to leave it up to you because you do a great job with that. So, you had mentioned you want to talk about some things, anything you want to talk about, because I think this, like I said, it's just been wonderful to watch you and the kids' interaction. But I got to tell you, I think it's going to be bigger than we thought.
Oh, it absolutely is. I mean, I think I alluded to it with you that the Louisville skateboard community, like it's getting shared a lot in those circles. And, you got Sprack Skate Park and down in Portland, Louisville. You got Home Skate Shop, which is like the local prominent skate shop. Like these guys are sharing stories of the skate park.
Great. Shepherdsville, baby. Shepherdsville.
Cool, so it's getting a lot of attention from the outside. And then, of course, Jason, I didn't realize Jason had built a park here locally before. And I've been to that park. It's over there like in the Newburgh area. Really cool little park. But I just think... yeah, it's getting a lot of attention. But again, going back to the city and the community of Shepherdsville, even going back to the clinics and the classes that we're doing, that really, I'm not gonna lie, the turnout surprised me. We did
there's a lot of kids.
We did 4 of them so far, and we never had below 22 kids, and I think the highest was around 30. But 22 to 30 kids for 4 straight weeks.
Yeah. They love it.
Well, kids today, they don't go outside like we used to.
Come on, kids, we're going to teach you how to skate on gym floors.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
I told him, I was like, that's the worst floor.
Well,
but they've done pretty good.
They have. It's hard because, like you said, it's slick. But, dude, it's so smooth. And so, like, they're getting out there.
Yeah.
But, man, just what do the kids say today to get off games? Go touch grass. Like, I've heard my oldest say that to kids on games. Go touch grass. That means get outside, touch the ground, get off your games, get off your electronics. Yeah. And that's the generation we live in now. So to see 22 to 30 kids come out, little girls, little boys, 4 or 5 years old. Even we had a couple of them that were a little older. Oh, yeah. It's for all ages. You mentioned Jason. Like, you got the guy, Paul Zitzer. He's a former pro down there. He owns Sprack Skate Park. Go look up some of his videos, man. That guy rips. And he's lived here in Louisville for 20 years because of his wife. Yeah. And, man, just to see, like, Tony Hawk in his 50s. Seeing these older guys still doing it.
Yeah, that's not going to be me, though.
Maybe not at the level.
Can't turn his neck, but he's still skating.
You're not going to see Tony Hawk go doing 900 at, 50-plus years old. But...
I think he did one at 50.
So can we stop?
The last one at 50?
So what was that? 900. What does that mean?
It's 900.
So you know what a 360 is, right? A full rotation. So you got 180, 360, 540, 720s, 2 full rotations. So a 900's 2.5 rotations.
So you got to do 2.5 while you're in the air.
Was it 99? I think 1999 X Games. Tony Hawk landed the first 900. Crazy. He had been working on it for years. And then here recently, there's like this little 7 or 8 year old Japanese girl. Yeah. He was interviewing her, and she can do a 900. She did 3 or 4 of them. She did 3 or 4 of them in a row. Yeah. And he's like, he asked her, how long did it take you? And she gave some crazy answer, like a couple days or like a week, it's like a month or something.
And he's
like, it took me 7 or 8 years. Like,
it's probably easier because she's small though, because the aerodynamics.
But skateboarding has just advanced so much. It really has. If you watch Street League skateboarding, which is like the new X Games style, and then there's still X Games and such, but it is. It's now an Olympic sport.
Yeah, I think it's I've watched it, and it is amazing the agility that you have to have and the balance you have to do these things. And so I think for me, the thing I want people to understand is we need to have a value of life, and it comes in all different shapes and forms. But one of the things is if a kid is in school and sees incentives like, we really want to try to do, things like we talked about the aquatic center third time, is that we want to make sure that we have ways of rewarding kids if it's not a basketball thing or that sports that you like and you like skateboarding. Then why don't we have a competition with the different schools and you keep your grades up and you're doing well, that we put your head in for a lottery for, I mean a really nice skateboard, something really fantastic, and do stuff like that, because that's fun for these kids. It keeps them motivated. And they don't always realize the value of a good education, but they won't forget after they have it. But they're doing things along the way to show incentives and just to be outside. I just can't say that enough about the kids needing to just run around, just be able
touching grass.
Yeah, touching grass.
Touching concrete in this example.
Touching grip tape.
Yeah. So I think it's important for people to see that we want to have all different types of facilities. But I'm really excited to see this. It's 50 yards from my office window.
Yeah, it's right out there.
I want to go out there and see these kids do these things. I want to encourage them and I want as many kids to enjoy this facility. Now, we're not going to have lights to start with because of the cost of the whole. If you've been out there to look at that, it is a very nice looking skate.
Listen, in the early 2000s, when we were trying to get a skate park, we were even just trying to get metal ramps like the Radcliffe and Bardstown parks. Like, we wanted anything. Again, we were skating garbage, like
and refrigerators,
no joke, like anything. Yep. So, but to your point, for it to be this nice concrete, beautifully done, built by actual skaters, done correctly.
I met Brandon. I met Brandon out there Brandon is the guy that he's supposed to be one of the guru guys that actually do this work. He's got the braids. He's from he's down there, I think, in the area that I think West Palm Beach. You may be down there, but he's out there. He's doing all this work. He knows it all. And then in the morning, yesterday morning, you're just watching him. He's skating on. He's he's checking it all, checking out his work,
out the lines,
checking out his work. It's really,
they let us get on there for about 20 minutes yesterday. I was
I saw the.
I just felt like a kid in a candy shop. I like, man, being one of the first ones to ride it.
Well, it's well deserved, though. I mean, Allan, you do a great job with these kids, and I think it's fun to see the smiles, and they're looking forward to coming out every week. And I think that people realize, we talk a lot about community, and we talk a lot about why things happen. We just tapped into this enthusiasm in Shepherdsville. We are Shepherdsville, and we are a community that has families and kids, and we want to keep our kids encouraged to enjoy their childhood and to see about staying here, living here, working here, and playing here. And we're doing all the things we're doing, and it's only going to get better. We've done a lot in 2 years and 7 months. We've done more to put all these projects in place, and they're going to all be completed within 6 months to a year. I mean, the Aquatic Center, fourth time, is going to actually open Memorial Weekend. But in that time, we're going to do all kinds of fun things. Like when we have it out here, we got the fire department out. We'll bring them out one hot day. The kids will get done, and they'll just shoot up some water that and just spray water at the kids and let them check out the trucks and stuff. So it's a double experience for these kids. But I just want them to have good memories. We have a good community. We didn't have things for kids, and now we're going to have a plethora of that. And I think by having that, it allows families to feel very good about where they live. I mean, we're renovating the downtown area. We always know the other things that we're doing, but our focus is this skate park, because I've been very enthusiastic about it. Not because I'm a skateboarder, but just to watch the kids.
Get out there and rip?
With a bubble wrap. You can bubble wrap me and let me just
That's
roll.
what we should do, put you in one of those
you
big
do need
bubbles.
to practice. The kids would go crazy to see you drop in one of those ramps out there.
Oh,
we should put you in one of those big plastic bubbles that they roll people down hills in and stuff. And just
or
let
those
you roll.
like big inflatable
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Listen, guys, I tell you what, I do about everything. I've been in the dunk booth. I'll be sliding down the 26-foot slides at the Aquatic Center. So, yeah, you know what?
What about a scooter? You could do a scooter.
I could probably handle a scooter.
My older two scooter, and it hurts my heart. That's
they don't want to
as a skateboarder. My
youngest hurts their ankles.
But my youngest is starting to skateboard. He's been coming to the classes with me.
He's been doing great, man.
Oh, dude.
I've
been telling my older child, he's my favorite son now. So. Totally joking.
I would always watch the scooter people, and then how they do the thing where they just whip it around and stuff. I'm like, dude, if that hits you in the legs, it's got to hurt so bad.
Oh, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Those things are metal and heavy.
Let me sing your praises real quick, Mr. Mayor, because I was talking to Jason yesterday. So that's the guy heading up the skate park building, right?
Yeah.
He had told me he went and played golf with you and just told me about some of the conversation. But he was talking about how much you played in getting the skate park. Like, actually, it's all you and why the skate park got brought to Shepherdsville. Yeah. Because there's a lot of opposition from a lot of different people.
Oh, yeah.
And, again, not to give any clout to the All About Shepherdsville people, but you go in there, it gets real negative real quick, right?
Sure.
But you fought for this thing. Yeah. You're not even a skateboarder, but at the end of the day, you're about the kids. You're about what it can do for the community. And so I just want to say personally, you say I'm a kid. You see the fun videos. I can still skate sometimes.
I love
what you're not
attitude.
seeing is the time, like me timing when I'm taking ibuprofen and when I'm, when I'm switching it out with Tylenol. I'm, being 35. I mean,
ice in your knees.
22 years of skateboarding. It's caught up to me, but I still get out there. The adrenaline gets the best of me. But for it to come, I hate that it came so late in my life, but I'm glad that it came later than never. And I just want to say thank you, because it wouldn't have happened without you. You would have never gotten into the mayoral seat and pushed for it. Yeah. So I just think future generations of, whether it's skaters, I guess I'll say scooterers too, whatever, but just the kids getting out, touching grass, touching concrete, whatever you want to call it, and forming community. Because that's what skateboarding did for me. It gave me an identity whenever I was one of the outcasts, and I was one of the people that didn't fit in with people.
I think you've got a good point with it. First of all, thank you for that, because I do think that it is the reason why I even ran for mayor is I didn't see a family atmosphere. I just saw catering to the interstate traffic. It was like fast food and warehouses and all that. That's what it was. It's like, wait a minute, we have families that live here. Let's look at what we can do. So we did the basics of bringing back baseball, t-ball, softball, but we knew there were other things that kids wanted to do. But your point about skateboarding is a way for kids to connect to something outside. Because sometimes, listen, we know family life's not always easy. Kids are always, there's so many challenges for a kid today versus some of the things that we experienced, and especially me, because I'm the oldest one sitting here in the podcast. Let me just make that very clear. But I do think
Pretty clear.
Yeah.
All right, thank you all for noticing. My walker's right.
I wasn't going to say anything.
My walker's right over here to the side. No laughing from the audience. All right. So, but I do think it's important for people to know that kids just need wins. They need wins, and wins come in different shapes and sizes. But the skateboarding thing that I've seen, it's just the kids love it. They just love it. It's like they're rolling, and once they learn some of these tricks, and it's this cool, and they show off to each other. Hey, look what I can do.
Well,
now.
there's life lessons in it. Like the amount of times, listen, go to the First Baptist Church in Shepherdsville down on Main Street. The amount of times I have bled on those stairs when I was a kid. But I have an old video of me kick flipping. That's where the board flips, just so you know. Kick flipping down stairs.
I was always scared of those.
Well, but listen, I mean, I can remember literally going down that 10, 15, 20, probably more than that times and falling, getting scrapes, but getting back up, but getting the win when you finally land a trick and you roll away. Like no better feeling. And then your friends, your compadres out there just celebrating and screaming for it. And you doing the same for them. Like it's like no other.
I was gonna say like I skated some like in like middle school a little bit. I wasn't very good at it, so I quit. But the thing that appealed to me so much, I wasn't a team sport kind of guy. I just didn't like it. Didn't like coaches yelling at me and all that stuff. Didn't want to. I didn't.
Coaches yelled.
Yeah, like I was much more like just wanted to go home and like hang out. But like the thing about skateboarding is like you were also hanging out with your friends. You know what I mean? It wasn't just you doing the act of skateboarding. It's also just like what you're doing while you're seeing your friends. You know what I mean? Like that's a big part of it.
And it's a good thing to do. It's a good activity. Like I said, for me, just to watch. So it's for me the other big piece, and people know this. I want people to see Shepherdsville as this quaint town right on the interstate, but we can still be a town. We can be a family-oriented community and still be with the hustle and bustle of the 65. We don't have to not have these things. And I think the vision that I have for the city is, as people look for other places to live outside of big cities, why not Shepherdsville? Right? That's the new theme for me, is why not Shepherdsville? And then you see a nice skate park, and then you see all the park plans, and you see the town square and aquatic center and everything that we're doing. You start to realize, you know what? This could be the place I want to be. Yeah. And for the folks that have lived here and have moved away for a number of reasons, partly most of it because you don't have things for families and you didn't have a lot here. Now they might say, well, why don't I come back? I've still got family here and friends that I know. Why not? And we're going to see that we're going to see an increase. We're going to see quite a bit of an increase in the next 10 years here. Housing's the challenge with that. But we are going to have things for kids to see. So when people come into the town, I want all the realtors to drive them around to all of these projects. And then they go, wow, you've got a lot going on here. And we have all of our different events all year long. We have the food truck invasions. We've got, we have things always going on in the park.
How long have you been mayor?
I've been mayor 2 years and 7 months.
And I think you said the key word. It's literally driven community. Like that's the word. Everything you're doing.
I mean, go back 2 years and 7 months and look and see like all this stuff
flat
was
tire
not even
the paintball course that's being built less than a mile from my house. The skate park, the aquatic center, again, ding ding, keep plugging that right. Everything that you're in, the park revamps, the pickleball courts. I don't even play pickleball. I don't know. It's whatever. Gaga ball court. All of it. Like it's geared towards.
All right, my season's coming up. I'm getting ready to start practicing.
Okay, good. Yeah, good.
I'm going to take out those 6-year-olds. I'm not playing.
Listen, I think you probably saw the footage, but I went to kids camp with our church about a month and a half ago. I got stationed at the Gaga ball pit, so I was like the counselor that was over
church
watching
camp. I'm sure is a pretty big Gaga ball.
Well, that's why I first learned about it. Yeah, for sure. And they have a huge pit, right, dude? I probably played 20 to 25 hours of Gaga ball in 5 days. And listen, for someone who doesn't work out,
recruit him on the team.
For someone who hasn't done a squat in probably 10 years, dude, listen, I got home, I legit almost checked myself into a hospital. My legs were fried. My butt cheeks were numb because of all the squatting. But I tore up some little kids. They didn't want none. I eventually got kind of good.
We're not too proud to take out a 6
I was like, hey, for Jesus,
7-year-old.
bam, and smacked the ball.
For Jesus.
That's a
right before we go into the worship center. Yeah, it's fine.
No, kids are all bruised up.
In the name of Christ.
Take them out.
It was Gaga ball's fun though, man.
It is. They love
the kids. They get in there. They get aggressive. They get competitive. But it's again another form of community.
So I want to add this to it. So inside the skate park will be a Gaga ball court.
Well, like on the outer perimeter.
Really?
The way you made that sound, like right in the middle.
No. It's going to be, if you come into that area, it's on the northeast side. So it's going to be tucked in there closer to the fire department.
Oh,
So
okay, gotcha.
That's cool. Yeah.
back there on that side, and it's for like I said, the one thing we try to consider is mom is going to have a 10
Yeah.
and 12-year-old kid that wants to skateboard,
Yeah, a little
but you
kid.
have a 3 or 4-year-old that really can't be around all that going on.
That's smart. That's actually
and so
smart.
having that there, so if they do nothing else, a few of those kids get in there and they give them a ball, they can just run
Will there
around.
be seating over there too, like
There will be
benches?
oh, yeah.
Like that's huge. Like I remember going
Yeah.
down to Louisville
Yeah.
when I was a kid, and just their non-skaters would just show up and they would just hang out and
Stand,
camp
yeah.
out. Like so, if
Yeah.
you have stand,
Stand around.
watch,
Yeah.
and just be there. So even if they don't skateboard and there's a place to sit or stand, mom goes to Walmart. They don't want to go get ramen at Walmart. They want to go just watch somebody bust their butt. You know.
Yeah.
I think what you're going to see with that, though, like I said, I mentioned about not having lights to start with, but we'll look at that. We'll look at how this works, having tournaments here. But when we have things that go on here, we want it to have a local flavor. I think, Allan, me and you talked about this. We really want to have a competition for the locals. And then we can have something bigger and better for the state and whatever. But I do want to have something for the kids that live here in this community, in Bullitt County, that come here to the skate park, to put on a competition for them. Let them have the ownership of the local community and having something fun with it and having some bragging rights.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, this is cool stuff. These are things that are going to have that trophy that he has 50 years later. Look at this trophy I won.
Yeah, I got a
You
couple.
know?
I got a couple of them, man. I got one when I was in 2003. I got second place at there was an old indoor skate park in Louisville called Riot. Maybe you remember it. I'm not sure.
I don't think everyone did that one.
Okay, it was over like in the Bluegrass Industrial Park.
Oh,
But,
okay.
Yeah, I got second place in a contest over there, and then in 2011, on my way out of full-time skating, I got first place in an advanced contest in,
cool.
in Danville. But that's about my biggest accomplishment.
No, I think it's great. I think it's
But
great.
You brought up a good point. I mean, the city can do some cool contests, and it might drive a lot of local involvement. But as this thing gets bigger, like SPRAC, that skate park in Louisville. So Paul, the owner of that, again, he's from Florida. It might sound like gibberish to you. Have you ever heard of skate park of Tampa?
No.
Okay, well, that's like one of the meccas of skateboarding.
Oh, okay.
Like folklore, like the last
Yeah,
30
yeah.
plus years.
I've probably seen videos
Like
and stuff.
they
that
they
go
do
out there,
the Tampa Pro, the Tampa AMs.
Okay.
They do a lot of great contests. They've been in the Tony Hawk games.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
prominent
Wow. Tampa AM.
skate
Wow.
park, just like literally mecca skateboarding. You think of Florida, you think of skate park of Tampa. Well, Paul, the guy that opened SPRAC, was involved with that. He helped build it. He's like really good, close with the owner.
Wow.
And they have a series called Damn Am Series. It's a contest.
Oh,
Anyways, I'm just going to put a plug in for SPRAC real quick. September 5th through 7th, they're bringing Damn Am to Louisville at SPRAC.
Oh, cool.
But the way they promote this, like the whole country, the whole skateboarding community at large, even the world is seeing this. And you can come, like people from all over is going to come to this contest in Louisville. If you win it or if you place, I don't know all the ins and outs of it. So again, I'm old and lame, not as into the culture as I used to
He's
be.
been bruised up too.
But
all the bruises.
I know
he's
for
taken
sure the first
skateboarding.
place person, they get an automatic ticket punch to one of the Tampa AMs. And you go down there, like, that's where the big sponsors are. A lot of pros are there. Like that's where you get noticed. That's where you can go make your life, your career in skateboarding.
Oh, cool.
But I'm just saying, SPRAC's even been sharing some of the stuff about Shepherdsville.
I think it's great, man.
And so I just think eventually-
tell them thank you.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
really
I mean,
really
again, I don't
appreciate
know
that.
them personally. I've only been there
That's
one
okay.
time, but
That's
I follow
okay.
them. I love what they're doing.
Yeah.
I love what they're doing for the greater community of Louisville skateboarding.
Yeah.
And them to be sharing the Shepherdsville skate park.
Well,
I
that's
just think
just a-
eventually, as you want to get bigger with these things and
Yeah.
you want promotion, I don't want to speak on behalf of Paul. Like I know the guy, but I think he
I would love to have
absolutely
outlets like ours to be part of a bigger program, right? Like what I call the AAA league or single A league.
Yeah.
Have that kind of involved where kids can at least get started here and then move up and get into traveling and whatever they do if they're that good.
Well, this park is going to be great for kids. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I got out there for about 20
it's a
minutes
perfect
yesterday.
size for like kids and stuff.
Well, I
It's
got
not
out there
too
yesterday.
big. Yeah.
Like most of the obstacles, the biggest thing is a couple of the quarter pipes and the mini ramp. It's 4 feet.
Yeah.
That's not big at all.
Right.
Like there's a 3-foot quarter pipe. Most of the rails and ledges, like they're below my knee. Honestly, they almost feel a little too low, but it's like, no, I can go out there and have fun, not kill myself on them.
Right.
But a kid who's starting out,
Yeah.
it's gonna be. I hope it.
You forgot how
drives-
hard it is to ollie high when you're little. You know.
Oh no, exactly. Yeah,
So we need to make
absolutely.
sure we don't lose Allan. So please don't get killed because you're doing a great job with it. We don't want to change things going on with the kids. Love you. So just bruise up a little bit.
Listen, I'm not trying anything
Bruise a
new.
little.
I'm just trying to get back some of the things that I lost along the way. Like the other day, I don't know if you saw a video I put up in Mount Washington. I did I crooked
I saw
the
it, yeah.
handrail. So it's a grind. It was like my go-to grind back in the day. They used to call, gosh, the guys I used to work with at a skate shop I worked at, they would call me the crook master or the crookie monster. Just very lame, but it's just like my go-to trick. I got really good at that one.
Yeah.
But as you get older, life happens. You got to pay bills. You don't want to get hurt.
You sure.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. So
Got
it's just like I'm not
kids.
as confident as I used to be. But
Yeah.
with these classes, it's really rejuvenated it. And the
You guys have been
the
awesome.
last month and a half, I've skated more than I have probably in the last 8 years.
Well, good.
But I went to that Mount Washington park.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I did something that I hadn't done since they opened that park 8 or 9 years ago. And yeah, it was almost bad. There was I almost racked myself. I'll show you.
Yeah,
But thankfully I have long legs. But like I come down, it looks like I hit, but nope, my toes hit and I'm able to jump. But you won't have that problem at this park because none of the rails. I mean, maybe a smaller kid maybe, but like none of the rails here are very big. Like it's great.
We do want people to understand that obviously, when you come to a public facility like this, you're under your own,
Yeah, right.
There's
Oh,
no liability by the city, but we
Absolutely.
do think I think it's important that there'll be a lot of kids that maybe haven't found their place in the skateboarding is. And we want to try to do things after we get through the clinics. And what I want to make sure that they know is, and between you and Holden and the others, if we can make it work where we have still instruction after we open it up, we're going to do that. We don't want to commit too much to you guys, but we know you love it.
That's huge though for the kids.
But even if it's once a month where there's a Saturday where your kid is interested in it, you come out there, and if you don't have a skateboard, we have skateboards that'll furnish to teach you.
Yeah.
And then we'll keep working on sponsorships to get skateboards for kids because when you got your own skateboard, man, I'm sure the thrill of having that, your name on it, your design, your cool stuff on there.
To your point, going back to a lot of kids just in our area that they don't have money for boards. I remember growing up riding the same board for months and months and months.
hoping it wouldn't break.
Oh, dude, and if it did, just nothing on my family. Like I love them to death, but we just didn't have a lot of money. I grew up with a single mom on government assistance and stuff. So like back then, skateboards were it was like $53 for a deck with grip, and then if you wanted new trucks, trucks were $40 to $45. I mean, you're looking to $100,
over $100,
give or take. But I wanted to give a local plug. I mean, so we got police officer Josh Simpson. He's starting up a local mobile skate shop.
Yep.
And the pricing that he's been giving our kids at the clinics, I don't know if he's going to keep the pricing, but he's been doing complete professional skateboards that you would get at a skate shop, like $50-$60.
Oh wow, that's
which is
really
a steal.
Oh,
now
it's
again,
a steal.
There's, the trucks. I don't remember what brand they are. The bearings may not be Bones Reds. You know what I mean?
Still.
But to get a pro board versus like a Walmart, that's why I was trying to tell the parents at the clinics, like, hey, the Walmart boards are great starters. Like the bearings are slow; they're not going to kill
They're good
themselves.
to teach you how to ride.
But
it.
if they're legit trying to get some speed, if they're trying to get better, they need a professional.
As soon as
board.
you start ollieing with it,
And
that's
so-
where they start falling apart.
Yeah. And so Josh has that skate shop that he's starting up, and then I go ahead and put a plug in Sprack, the skate park in Portland. They have a skate shop inside there, and then also Home Skate Shop. They've been around for a lifetime.
Yeah.
That's like the Louisville
Over in the
shop.
Highlands.
Yeah, in the Highlands down there off Bardstown Road.
With everything that we do, we really do try to make things very affordable. Sure. Obviously, we know that there's going to be a mission for the aquatic center, but for outside that, everything else that we do. Now, if we're talking about equipment for the kids, we're going to have people sponsor. Can somebody sponsor $50, $60 for a kid to have a decent board to get started with? Absolutely. There are people in this community that want to do those kind of things. They're asking, how can we help? So we have a great community supporting all the different things we're doing.
Can I ask one of the questions that are on my paper? Talking about people that are wanting to sponsor things. I don't know if the city will do this or not. I met this guy yesterday over at the park. His name's Brayton. He started that Instagram page, Shepherdsville. It's kind of he's trying to start like a local skateboard community.
Gotcha.
Kind of a catchy name.
Yeah.
But he brought up a good point, and it's something that me as an older guy, I've been kind of telling Willie, Holden, and Rob, like, we're not going to have any shade over there.
Oh, we're working on shade.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, that's amazing to hear.
Oh,
what I was
no.
going to say, like, Brayton sent me these. He was like, man, you should bring these up. Like, just having like little things like that.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, we're looking.
Just because that's a huge
shade
thing.
is
Like,
a big deal.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I got tattoos
Especially
and stuff,
concrete
but when I go out and it's
in the
sunny,
summer,
I'm wearing long sleeves because I'm trying to protect
don't
these.
get scratched
but
up.
me and the sun have a hate relationship. Like, I know it's good for you. I mean, I know you need the vitamins and minerals that come from the sunlight. And hey, thank you.
I think
Lord,
it's good
the
for you
sun,
in the morning, and then after that, it gives you cancer.
But that's what I'm saying. Dude, well,
I think that's what
but
they
like
say.
once this opens, like you might catch me there in the heat of the day the first few weeks, but it's like the heat
Yeah.
that we've had this summer. Like, bro,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go up
Oh,
until
it's
like
hot.
7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So shade would be huge.
So that is a
I would
yes.
push for that before lights.
Okay, so that is part of the site work. We're doing some things on Monday. Obviously, we have money that we've allocated for this. Sure. Any additional funds, we'll work on it. But I think there's a lot of we've got some wiggle room. Our growth is solid. We're going to have some revenue. I'll reach out to the council if we put some other projects, but we do want shade out there.
Yeah.
That's
that would
because
be
a lot of
huge.
times, I'll be honest with you, a lot of the folks that are going to be bringing these kids are grandparents.
Yeah.
And we want to be able to have some places they can sit comfortably and enjoy watching.
Well, that's a good point. I mean, so make sure it's big enough to cover the people that want to sit, but a break area for the people that
Absolutely.
like, listen, my cardio's terrible. I go do a trick, it takes me 2 or 3 minutes before I go try the next one. So I'm like, I would like to be able to be in the shade.
You old 35-year-old.
No, listen, the 20 minutes I was out there yesterday, guys, I legit, Robert was there with me. I was like, hey, you might have to go get the fire department. You're laughing.
It was
Dude,
humid.
No, I got
yesterday,
you.
too.
The humidity.
It was humid.
And dude, I was at my truck. I was about to have a panic attack. I was breathing. I was like, dude, Rob, I was freaking out. But
Well,
that's age and that's out.
I
Being out
will
of shape,
say
but-
though, bringing that up, one thing I will say about the skate park that's awesome that a lot of people wouldn't have done is the location of it.
Yeah.
Because one, not only is it right next to City Hall, so it's not going to get vandalized. You got a lot of police right next door if you're going to vandalize it, and also. If somebody gets hurt or something, you've got all these.
Yeah, we got people right there.
Yeah, you got people right there, and also it's a lot of communities when they build a skate park or whatever. It's kind of because they know that it is a thing where a lot of times people spray paint ramps and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you bring up a good point. But I don't know that would happen here in Shepherdsville.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so
It's not
because
going to.
that's what I'm saying. It's right beside the police
I
station.
love
so I was smart.
Shepherdsville, but again, the families here. Let's use my family as an example.
Yeah.
They look at Louisville and they
Yeah.
see it as whatever you want it to be, right?
Right.
I have family members that are scared to drive Louisville because it's like, oh, it's Louisville, right?
Yeah.
Man, I got dropped off at that park when I was 11, 12, 13 years old. I would stay there 8 hours. We would stay all night. There was things, but now, again, it's not known for the safest area, and it's got crazy graffiti everywhere, gun violence. There's things like that's happening.
That's why we want to hear.
But I think people see and hear that and like, oh gosh, that's going to bring in the wrong crowd. And it's like that's not what skate parks do.
Well,
it's just where you put it matters, and that being in downtown.
Very good
Right,
point.
yeah, that's what I was
Very
going
good
to say. A
point.
lot of people, it's just like their instinct to put it back in the back corner where nobody can see it.
Yeah.
And
the city
you put it right in the front where people will see it, and it's like a thing that people will recognize that's here and stuff. So that's a lot cooler.
They built Louisville.
Yeah.
It was the biggest skate park in the world.
They built it under an underpass.
Yeah, well, they built it. It was the biggest park in the world. In 2002, Tony Hawk brought a tour here.
I remember.
But the first 2 years, I think the city was heavily involved with it. But after that, they set it and forget it.
Yeah, and now
it doesn't sound like that's going to happen with
covered in
Shepherdsville,
graffiti.
especially under Mayor Jose Cubero. Yes, way Jose, ding ding, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Like he's all about it. It's right here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of it's a little counterintuitive because you would think I don't want to put it right here by City Hall because in case it starts looking bad. But if you put it by City Hall, it won't start looking bad because
I don't
you know
think
what I'm saying.
I'll be out there every day. I can tell you right now. I'm here 5 and 6 days a week here. I can tell you I'll be out there checking it out because I want it to be a great place for kids. I want moms to know that if their kid is 13 years or older, they can be here. You can go to Walmart. You can go to Kroger. You can get some of your shopping done while your kid is safely there because we're going to always have somebody out there on that facility. I mean, we've got 24/7 operation on the fire department. They're not making runs. They're kids too. They love being out there. They've been with our basketball programs, all the clinics we did here. They'll be out there just having fun with the kids, just checking them out, make sure everything's good. So we're always going to have adult supervision out there to make sure the kids are safe. They still have to have their own understanding of that, and then parents need to understand it, grandparents.
Well, that's what we're trying to teach at the clinics, man. Like there is a formality at skate parks. Like, I know it seems like organized chaos, but there is a formality, and that's kind of the stuff we're trying to teach the kids at the clinics. And once we do a couple clinics on the park, I can give it to them in real time. But kids are notorious for only looking right in front of them and where they're wanting to ride. And they're not looking at the guy that's literally going full speed and he's about to hit something. And when he's midair, there's no stopping. And there's some crazy clips out there where you see kids getting taken out. But I think that's one of the main things we've been hitting on with the clinics is head on a swivel, watch them where you're going. And once we get out there in the skate park, we'll be able to show them like, hey, if there's a guy over here, before you go down this ramp, you need to be making sure and it's a small enough park. You can check the whole perimeter before you take off. And so we'll kind of teach them the basics.
This is awesome. This is awesome. So I do know that the shade's going to be a big thing in this. We'll get all that worked out. I just want to tell you this. First of all, this is awesome. We're going to do a follow-up on this one. Allan, we just appreciate your love for skateboarding. My son-in-law loves skateboarding, so I think he's going to be out there with you. I think Tim will be out there with you as well, Allan. But these kids are having a good time. We're going to see this metastasize even into more. As more kids see it, there are different kind of sports that are going on now. But as these kids see a little time where they can come out to the park and just enjoy a little bit of it and get a kind of a fever for it, they'll get hooked and they'll be doing what they do. And I think this thing will grow. And then we'll have, like you said, other parts. I mean, listen, nothing against Mount Washington. Hillview has one. But we like ours, and it's a special one right here for us, and it's easy to get to. So we think it's going to be a busy place for the kids, and that's what this is about. So I appreciate your comments, but I got to tell you, your love for the sport and for the kids has been great, man. It's been watching you. I love to see you fall. I'm not going to lie to you. I think it's kind of funny. That one.
Well, that's why I film a lot more now as I'm older. I'm either going to get the trick or I'm going to get a really good fall.
Yeah,
and we like either one of them.
And we like either one of them.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So
as
anyway,
a spectator, either one's fun.
So Allan, all I can do is tell you thank you so much for what you're doing. We're just getting started, buddy. We have a lot of good stuff going on. We have one thing that we do when we end this program, and it's a tough one. Now, you've been doing all these tricks on skateboards, but I don't know if you can handle this one thing we do. Okay? On 1, 2, 3, we're going to say love, peace chicken grease. Are you ready for it?
Always ready.
Now, he practiced it. They did it at the clinics.
Yeah, we've done it a couple of the clinics. Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3. Love, peace, chicken grease. Thank you, Allan. Appreciate that, and appreciate everybody listening and watching the show.